All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. All right, and yeah, man, just another day in Babylon, and what you're seeing. Well, it's not just another day. Shit, this is one of the final days, one of the final chapters. All right, but what you're seeing here is divisions in the house of Esau, and we know what the scriptures talk about. A house divided, cannot stand. All right, and yeah, basically, man, these Edomites are extremely pissed off. I just spoke with one. I was buying some silver. He was talking about the whole Afghanistan thing, how they, the U.S. is basically, wasted billions of dollars and, fucked over their own people, trying to control all these different points of the world, being the hammer of the earth. And you can't even, take care of the basic infrastructure and the basic needs of their people, right? Because, when they do anything, of course, it starts with, other Edomites. But, now their own people, are basically opting to be unemployed, all right? Because you can still get benefits or whatever, all right? And there's just a quick excerpt from this video, all right? Talking to a former Marine. All right, and this is another thing that's happening too, which happened in Rome. Right, the military. Right, the military was becoming neglected. Right, they weren't when that inflation hit. The gold of Rome started to thin out. All right, and then they eventually had to pay the soldiers in salt. All right, and that's exactly what's going on, man. These soldiers, these people go and they risk their life, and the scriptures talks about a soldier that's poor.
I can tell you that this is not progress. This is not progress. We should not negotiate with terrorists. It's not what we do.
I do want to get to the good guys that are there on.
And that's a proud statement. That's a proud statement because, it's an old saying, one man's patriot is another man's terrorist. All right, and, basically, you got these people who are trying to get their land back, which, of course, they've done their share of wickedness as well. The whole earth is given to the hand of the wicked, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we're not justifying Ishmael, but, at the end of the day, this is their land, this is their territory, and, how you going to try to covet their lands and try to covet control of their people, you know what I'm saying, especially with all the madness and the chaos and the wickedness that's going on in your own country.
Ground. We have so many American service members that are doing wonderful things. These images circulated and have been circulating on social.
Check this out, how they try to break this down and make this make sense for why we should be. Check out this wickedness that Esau is about to try to do.
Media over the last few days, there was an image of our service men and women that were pouring water from water bottles into the mouths of the babes that were there waiting to get on planes and trying to hopefully get out of there and be saved. There are videos of our men and women that are lifting babies over the walls and helping out the adults as well. You guys are heroes. What's your message to them?
Well, seeing soldiers and Marines behave like that is no surprise at all to me. This is how they are trained. This is how they're expected to believe.
Man, this shit is a photo op. Hey, but part of Esau's blessing is that subtlety. All right, when you look at the history of all these different empires, these so-called great empires, all right, which all fell. All right, they all lasted about 400 years. This one being, the strongest. All right, this is the beast. This is the strongest out of all of them. Okay, this is where Daniel he saw that this one is the feet. Okay, mixed with clay and iron. This is the final one before that stone comes out of heaven and destroys the whole statue. I wish that stone being Yahweh Shai, according to the prophecies in Daniel.
Behave. These are the values that they live by. And not to mention, these soldiers and Marines, these are brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and sons and daughters themselves. These warriors that we see, they are human beings as well, and they take their humanity with them onto the battlefield. And their mission there is to help the friendly civilians, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to execute their mission.
Yeah, Jocko, I'm watching them drink this water that's clean. And I was reading this morning, so many of the children are malnourished over there. There's fecal matter that's found in their water, which obviously is not healthy for these children. Why do you serve? Is it to do things like that, to help other people that are innocent?
Well, that's why people in the U.S. military serve, is to try and help people that can't help themselves.
God bless you, Jocko.
No, it's not. No, it's get the... That's why we... No, it's not, dude. It's not. All right, it's not. And for you jakes out there who are part of the military, you know, you're in a bad position, all right, because the military is going to have to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels. All right, all these different militia forces, because what's going on here in the States, you know, people are divided. All right, you got a I said a Marine, but he's a SEAL, okay, speaking out against the presidents, against his orders. You got Trump, you know, doing his campaign, you know, bring America back, you know, still trying the same angles, you know, trying to appeal to, you know, rural and conservative Americans. All right, but it's not gonna work. There's nothing you could do. And one of the things that made Rome great was their connection to their military. All right, Esau's a man of the field. All right, so he's sending out he's sending out all his people into the field, but he can't provide protection for them, or, you know, he can't coordinate them how they want them to. All right, they can't keep they couldn't keep the location secure. All right, they had to pull out and leave all their gear and all that stuff, and you giving the enemy ammo against you. All right, billions of dollars worth of stuff, man. This was a huge drop ball. All right, and these Edomites, they know it. That's why they're speaking out. All right, when have they ever in history, have you ever had so many people just speaking out against their leadership? All right, Esau, Edom, they have never been this shook up. Every week you see, you know, other Edomites calling out the leadership. Nah, man, this ain't the. And that's what was so strong about Israel. The Lord gave us that king. The Lord gave us those heads and those prophets. He gave us that order, and then we were able to become great. Right, because that's a part of the empire, man. That's how you know that we're at the end. Right, because with the Romans, you know, when Julius Caesar was in there, aka Julius Caesar was in there, he was good to the military. Then later on, through many other Caesars, they started to lose money. All right, the U.S. military, they've always had, you know, basically an unlimited budget. All right, but you got, you know, the leadership of Esau talking about defund the police and, you know, defund, you know, military and inflation. You got many problems, man. That's why the scriptures say the thick clay is underneath. Yeah, that was a time where America's production of weaponry and everything was of the top of the world, but it's not that anymore. All right, this is Proverbs 26. That's Salakia. If I'm going on, but this is just exciting, man. This is the best time to be in, man. This is the time of the end. Okay, this says, he that let's start at verse 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. All right, yeah. And it said in the scriptures, you know, if everybody's speaking fair of you, then you know you're not doing something right. You gotta have some people to come against you, man. We're in the same lot as the Lord and his disciples, right? And they're speaking against, you know, the things that we're saying. We're just reading out of the scriptures. We're reading what the scriptures say. We're not doing anything crazy. All right, it says, whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and that's Esau, Edom. They've dug a huge pit, all right, for this whole world. It said, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return unto him. And what do you picture? You picture like a guy rolling a stone up the hill, you know, the old Gadite proverb, and then the stone comes back, boom, rolls him over. All right, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. All right, but the point was, whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein. All right, and that's what's going on, man. These Edomites are falling into their own pit. You've got this huge empire. You've got all this money invested here, there, but then now at these key points, things start to loosen. All right, the leadership starts to crumble. The house starts to become divided. There starts to become more rumors of war, more rumors of what must be done to keep this place alive. Okay, like the scriptures say, we would have healed Babylon if it could have been healed. It can't be healed. All right, there's nothing they could do. All right, so Lord willing, it's edifying. Shalom.